Welcome to our hip opening sequence. Hips are my favorite thing to practice, opening into the hips, my best thing to practice, but that has come after a really long time of not enjoying hips at all. A lot of us walk around with super tight hips, hamstrings and lower back, and that's all a result of our sedentary lifestyles. So sitting in a car, sitting at a desk, everything here tightens up. So we want to open into our hips to give ourselves a bit more freedom, a bit more movement, to lengthen those muscles that have been shortened by our stressful lifestyles, which helps our posture. And like I mentioned about the psoas muscle in our forward bends, it starts to release that fight or flight autonomic nervous system that's in panic mode all the time. So hip openers are really important to calm the nervous system down. Energetically, the hips are like a junk drawer in our house, where we just stuff everything that we don't want to deal with, we close it off and we ignore it. So a lot of emotions are stored in the hips, and it's emotions related specifically to unresolved past relationships. So it's people like romantic relationships, friendships, siblings, parents, children, any relationship that you're in that you're creative with. So business partners as well, anything that you're creating a reality with. So pretty much any sort of relationship that you have, if there are unresolved past issues, they sit in your hips. So when we go into our hip opening poses, there may be a lot of anger that comes up, sadness, jealousy, fury, a lot of stuff may come up for you that has been sitting in your hips, and these exercises, these poses help to release that tension and open into those areas of blockages. I've had many classes where we've been doing hip opening poses and I've wanted to punch my yoga teacher in the face. It's so cross, but you have to remember firstly that it's not them. This is all your stuff coming up, all of your energy shifting and moving. And also it's very bad karma to think ugly thoughts about your yoga teacher. All right, so moving into hip opening stuff, there's a lot of attention on hamstrings, hip stuff, your hip flexors, which connect your legs to your torso, those psoas muscles, and lower back stuff. With hips, you can go to whatever degree that your body allows. So go to that degree. But once you get used to it and you start understanding how your body feels and how your body moves and where you're going to be releasing, maybe start to push your boundaries a little bit, because if you stay at the same place every time you practice, you're not going to progress. So just try and maybe push a little bit deeper every time you come into the pose. Starting off with Baddhakonasana. Baddhakonasana, I have introduced you to Baddhakonasana in our forward folds, bound angle pose. There are quite a few overlaps between forward folds and hips. They are very closely related to one another. So Baddhakonasana is toes and heels together, knees out to the sides, one hand space between your feet and your body. Thumbs into the arches of your feet. You open your feet up like a book as much as you can, and in doing that you'll feel there's a bit of space in those ball and socket joints. All right, so you're opening up. Grab a hold of your feet, again lengthening the spine. So remember in our forward folds where I said that you have to try and find a little back bend in your forward folds, and that helps to keep your spine lengthening and not rounding over. Also with our forward bends and hip openers, it's a really good idea to pull those delicious fleshy bits back behind you. So that helps to prop your hips forward and opens up these hip flexors to start off with. Okay, so bum is propped forward, feet are open, slight arch in your back, beautiful straight spine. Inhale to lengthen, chin is slightly tucked, and as you exhale, you pull against your feet to pull that upper body down without the shoulders rounding over. Shoulders back and down, and you want to try and place your heart in between your feet. That's the aim. Okay. You're going to use your elbows against your thighs to gently push your thighs down. So try and keep a hold of your feet, elbows to thighs, and you're pushing down, pulling your torso forward, folding from your hips. So you're getting the workout into your hips, not into your upper back or your middle back. So you're not folding from your spine, you're folding from your hips, working beautifully deeply into those hip joints. All right. I have a trick to introduce to you that helps to open up this area quite quickly and quite easily. So you're going to need your 2 blocks or your 2 Harry Potter books. Okay. First off, you're going to sit on one of the blocks. All right. And then place the second block on the shortest level in between your feet. Okay, so again, you want about a hand space in between your feet and your body. Your feet are pressing into the blocks. So as much as your feet are pressing into the blocks, that helps to open into that ball and socket joint again. Grab a hold of ankles. Inhale, lengthen your spine, suck your belly button in, and exhale, we're going to start to pull that upper body forward. The more we use the block, the more difficult the pose becomes. But don't worry, you'll see what I'm aiming for at the end. So inhale to lengthen, find that back bend, tuck your chin down. Exhale, fold forward. We're going to hold this here for 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Go a little bit deeper. Inhale, if your elbows get to your thighs, push them down. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Take that block onto the second level. Feet onto either side of the block. Pressing into the block, grab a hold of ankles. Same process, inhale, lengthen your spine, find that little back bend. Relax your shoulders, tuck your chin, suck belly button, mula bandha. And as you exhale, you're going to start to fold forward. It's getting a little bit harder as the block widens. So inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper. 2 more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale, pressing your thighs down with your elbows. Exhale, 2. Inhale, lifting all the way back up. Placing that block now onto the longest level. Feet into either side of the block. Grab a hold of those ankles. Knees are up like earrings. Don't worry about that right now. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Find that back bend. Relax your shoulders. Exhale. You may not get as much movement here. Start to go forward. Suck belly button. Engage mula bandha. Inhale and exhale. A little bit deeper. Don't let those shoulders roll up. I even felt the tendency there to do it. So keep shoulders down. 1 more breath here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, lifting all the way back up. Remove the block from your feet. Come off the block that you're sitting on. Come back into Baddhakonasana, toes and heels together. Bringing your right hand onto your right thigh. Left hand back behind you to support your body. Gently start to push that thigh down towards the floor. We're going to hold this for 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Even if this knee is all the way up here, that's fine. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Switching over, other side, hand onto your thigh. Push that thigh down all the way over onto that knee. 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Gently releasing. Gently bouncing your knees up and down for a few moments. That should feel quite good after all these stretches. And then one last time coming into Baddhakonasana. 1 hand space between feet and body. Pull those fleshy bits out from underneath you, back behind you. Thumbs into arches of the feet, open the feet up, pull against your feet, inhale, lengthen. And now as you start to fold forward, you should feel that your hips are a lot more open than when we started. So it should feel like you have more openness, more ability to move, more ability to go a little bit deeper into the pose. We're going to hold this for 3 breaths. Inhale, exhale 1, inhale, exhale 2, inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Grab a hold of your knees, gently, slowly bring your knees back together and give yourself a nice big hug. Oh, that should feel really, really good. All right. So that's it for our Baddhakonasana with blocks tutorial. If you enjoyed this and you would like to learn more about opening hips and about a whole lot more of our beginner yoga poses, click the link in the description and it will take you directly to our course, Yoga for Beginners.